Hello, hello. Good evening. Good evening, good evening. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Hope you guys had a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I'm Grace of Stella Maris Readings, the only reader here at Stella Maris Readings. Stella Maris is an endeavor of the heart for me. Welcome to those who are new. I'm very big and a great believer on manifesting your dreams, your destiny, of course, with help of the universe, help of the divine, and co-creating with spirit, and knowing that we are very loved and that we are here to live our best life, the life that we dream of, that we hope of. So know that everything that you dream of, think of, you have the great power and ability to create. Do your prayers, do your meditations, clean your space, clean your spiritual body and self, and always remain positive. Those are very key points in helping you manifest. And we all have that beautiful gift. God has given us that gift and blessing as we are born into this world by the divine grace of God. So know that you're here with purpose, not here on purpose, with purpose. Okay, and with purpose, that means that you're here to do great things. Know that you're an ambassador of the universe, the ambassador of heaven. And here you're to do great works that elevate humankind through love, through kindness, through compassion, through respect, through unity and love and peace and harmony and balance, and knowing that abundance is here for all. We all have the ability to tap into the energy of abundance. Abundance in love, abundance in happiness, abundance in successes, abundance in achievements. And of course, absolutely, we go through our challenges, which is also makes life even more amazing, is to have these challenges and to beat those challenges. And how do we beat those challenges? By knowing that with the support and the love of God, we are able to be what? Victorious over these obstacles. So know that you're not here alone. You're not here to fend for yourself. You're here with the love of God and God's support to achieve the most beautiful, beautiful life. And I like to use the word beautiful because beautiful encompasses everything. The sunlight is beautiful. The clouds are beautiful. The heavens are beautiful. The stars are beautiful. The rain is beautiful. The storms are beautiful. Everything in life is beautiful, and it's how you see things and the perspective that you have of being positive and seeing the good in everything. If we stand back and think of things in a negative way, in a very ugly way, of course, we are going to create that because we are all very magical. You know, a lot of people say, oh, you can't mix faith and religion with magic. All of it is magical. All of it is magic. All things in life is magical because we don't always have 110% explanation of everything in the world. Life is what? A mystery. And it is in the faith of God that we discover these mysteries. And at times we might not know these mysteries. And it's our faith that stands in to help us be able to navigate, try to understand, or even work with those mysteries. God is the most beautiful, but also the most amazing mystery of all. Science and books and all of the tales cannot completely convey to us what completely God is, but we know and feel that love and that light vibration to know that is God. All right, so yes, so I'm so happy to be here. I know that I've been MIA this weekend. I've been pretty busy. And for those who joined me for the St. Expedite Manifesting with St. Expedite class, thank you to everyone that joined. It was such a marvelous class. And for those who, missed it, I hope that you get to see it. For those who participated, you have it in your inbox, so take a look at it when you have a chance. It was a wonderful experience. And it's interesting because as I was teaching the How to Manifest with St. Expedite, it was wonderful to see the faces and actually, because I recognize names and I recognize certain things, and to actually have faces that go with these names was such an amazing, it was surreal to see others and to see how beautiful they are and how just like gorgeous people. And I mean gorgeous inside. It's not always the face. Absolutely, the faces are all beautiful, but the insides, to actually connect with them and And I was able to pick up a little bit of vibration on everyone. For some that showed their faces, that's the plus. If you get to I see your face, I can give you a little bit of your vibration and any kind of news that comes in. So that was really nice. How spirit comes in and conveys little messages for all those who were here, and for those who were able to get some information. So it was wonderful. It was a wonderful experience for me to be able to teach and to be able to connect with you and talk about everything St. Expedite. I thought that the class was just perfect in timing, just because the Feast of St. Expedite is just around the corner. It's April 19th. And working with St. Expedite is a powerful, powerful thing to do. And getting to know him and how to work with him and how to practice and connect with this beautiful saint, powerful saint, because remember, he's an intercessor. All saints are intercessors. They're not the ones that are giving us are the okay for all the things that we're asking. It's God above all things that gives that blessing and that permission. But what do these intercessors do, these saints? They pray for us. They put our petitions up to the divine, up to the universe. And of course, they have God's ear. And what does that mean to have God's ear? They've already lived this life here, and they've done beautiful, amazing, powerful things in the name of God, which is what? Healing, teaching, expanding the light of the divine, really, really working and practicing God's mission and Jesus's mission here on earth to give compassion, to show respect and love and kindness and unity, all those wonderful things that we're here to also share and practice and express to one another. We always feel like heaven is on the other side, that heaven, we have to wait. We have to wait a whole lifetime to die and go see heaven. And the thing is, the challenge that I feel that the divine gives us is, let's create heaven here on earth. How do you create heaven here on earth? Through your light, through your eyes, through your behavior, through the way you share your gifts and your talents and the divine light that flows through you with others. I think that that's how we can create our heaven, and loving one another and understanding that we are one family. We're all God's children. And no matter what color, different backgrounds, different locations, different cultures, or how we do things, our hair color, our eye color, it doesn't really matter. We're not different. We're not different in the insides, in the spirit, in the energy of things. We're not different. And actually, all our differences is what really empowers us and brings us together, because it's beautiful to have differences. If we were exactly all the same, just like the same old cookie, how delicious is that? After a while, it's like, whatever. The delicious aspect of life is that we're all different flavors of cookies. I know it sounds a little bit like, okay, Grace, you're strange. But it's the differences that make us stronger. It's the differences in the way we move through life and the way we bring our beauty out and share all our talents that makes us different. But in the inside, we're really, truly all the same. We all come here to be happy. We come here to live a good life, a happy life, filled with love and joy and peace and comfort, all those things. I think that generally all people come to want to just be happy and to feel love and to be loved. And that's a grace. That's beautiful. But know that we are all God's children, and it's important for us to try to learn, understand, and work at being together, at being kind to one another, and being loving towards one another and compassionate. Anything that diverts you from all those things of positivity, unity, kindness, and love and compassion I feel is something that's completely in a different direction. It's in a downward spiral, a dark hole. I think we all want to touch the heavens, and touching the heavens is through your behavior, the way we relate to ourselves and in this world to others. So always be attentive and aware of others, and through that you also elevate yourself. How do you elevate yourself? By sharing the good parts of you, allowing that light and that beauty to shine within you. You feel better, the world feels better, the universe feels better when we do that. So yes, thank you to everybody who joined me on, what was that, Friday? Friday, it was a beautiful night. We were up till really late at night. A lot of us got to stay after the class and connect and, of course, ask questions. I love being able to answer some of your questions, especially everything having to do with St. Expedite. Love St. Expedite. And of course, taught how to do the altar and how to work with St. Expedite. And it was an amazing class, and I'm so happy that it resonated with so many. And I got so much wonderful feedback. Thank you for all your lovely messages of how you enjoyed it and how it helped you. Trust me that I just feel amazing, and I feel so privileged to have been able to be there with you and to converse and to talk and to teach as well. So thank you for participating, and I can't wait for our next class, and that is now in the workings for our next class. I can't wait to share that with you as the time gets closer. So on St. Expedite, his feast day is the 19th, and of course, I will be holding a St. Expedite candle manifestation service, and it's his feast day. We got to celebrate him. We got to bring him in and connect with St. Expedite. And of course, always ask for his help, for his intercession, to take our prayers up to the universe and to really be our cheerleader. For me, he's always amazing. He's always, I've never gotten to know. And as a person who will testify that when you work with St. Expedite, you will not be disappointed. There is no disappointment in that. There's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of connection and learning, and it feels good to be able to connect with St. Expedite. So for those who don't know St. Expedite is a powerful saint. Of course, this is him. I'll give you a picture. This is St. Expedite. Okay. He was a Roman soldier, a Roman centurion, and he is also a martyr. He was martyred under Emperor Diocletian. During that period of time, Christians were not your average people. You're not your mainstream, They were not the mainstream faith and religion. It was seen as the Jesus cult. So it was seen more as a cult, and they weren't really respected or cared for. And of course, they were persecuted. What does that mean to be persecuted? They were killed. Christians were killed. Christians who had faith in Christ were killed. That was something that was not accepted during that period of time. And of course, as he was martyred, he was actually beheaded for his faith, for continuing and wanting to become a Christian. And actually, there's a story about St. Expedite. As you can see, St. Expedite has a raven, like a crow, underneath his foot. And he steps on the crow that says kras, 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 which means tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. And of course, he's holding a cross that says hodie. Hodie means in Latin today, today. And as he steps on the crow, that means tomorrow, meaning I step on tomorrow because today I am embracing the light. I am embracing God. So he is the patron saint against procrastination. He is the patron saint of all urgent causes. He is the patron saint of all things financial, prosperous, money, everything having to do with that subject of earthly wealth and prosperity. And you say, oh, well, you shouldn't ask for money. You can't ask God for money. I've had people say money is evil. Money is evil in the way you use money. Evil is in the way you acquire money. But if you work with the divine and ask for wealth and prosperity and for money in urgent causes to save your life, your home, your family, the things that belong to you, and to maintain your livelihood or help you, that is to connect with the vibration of life, because money is part of the vibration of life. Without money, guess what? Where are we? Nowhere. And in this, it's a way to also aspire for education, aspire to own your own home, aspire for your elevation, for your well-being, because money buys your health insurance, money buys your being able to pay for your debts, you being able to purchase your home, your clothing, your food that you put on the table, to pay for the lights, to pay for all those things that as humans we have responsibilities to do for our loved ones and for ourselves. So that's part of the vibration that humankind is put in order to live here. So in that, we're asking God and we're asking St. Expedite to pray for us to always be able to have that edge and to be able to acquire that with God's blessing. So guess what? It's not a bad thing to ask for God's help with prosperity and to ask St. Expedite to pray for us. because it's for the greater good of what we're going to do with it. Now, if you're acquiring money, murdering, killing people, doing things that are of a very dark nature, guess what? Then that money's tainted. And if you use it to harm others, it's used to what? It is tainted. It is blood money. So yes, of course. But like everything in life, it's got its light side and it's got its dark side. It's up to you how you're going to work in this realm, in this human, earthly realm. Are you going to do it in the bad way or are you going to do it in the good way? It's up to you. Remember, God gave us free will and choice to be able to pick and navigate and create and manifest the life that we want. And I know that we all want happy, safe, good lives. So when you're asking and praying sin expedite, it's always for the greater good. For things with a good moral base and essence and standing, that it's for the greater good. The intentions to expand on the light, in the light, surrounded by the light, with the light. Okay? So that's how we work with Saint Expedite. And I'm telling you, I work with him 2 times a year. For his feast day, April 19th, it is powerful. That's actually the day that he was killed, that he died. And I also work with him during the end of the year, around November, depending. And actually in May, we have a blue moon. So what day is it? The 17th, Mad, that we have a blue moon? We have a blue moon the 17th, I think, of May.
Let me double check.
Okay. So working with Saint Expedite during blue moon, May 31st, 2026. So it's next year. So look at that. There's a blue moon, May 26th, next year.
The super moons are the ones that are more often.
More often. The blue moon, working with him on a blue moon is powerful. On a super moon, it is powerful. So when you work on these super blood moons or anything where the moon is like extra amplified, wow, working with Saint Expedite, out of the ballpark. I've never gotten a no. Every time I've worked during April 19th on his feast day or any of the charged periods of time of the year where the moon is amplified or there's something special going on celestially, and I work with Saint Expedite, there's always a yes. There's always success. And for me, it doesn't take just those 2 times to work with him. I work with Saint Expedite throughout my practice, through all the work that I do, because I also do custom work. So when I do custom work with certain clients for employment, for expanding their wealth portfolio, or for some projects or some opportunities that are coming up, and we work with Saint Expedite, or they're initiating new businesses, new endeavors, powerful, powerful saint. So yes. So with this feast day coming up April 19th, I thought that the class would be great to just introduce Saint Expedite and, of course, acclimate them on how to work with Saint Expedite. But he's an extraordinary saint to work with, and all those who want to expand your portfolio. But also, there's something to learn about Saint Expedite. Just like your human relations and your connection with the spirit, you can't just ask for things and just disappear. Okay, you don't want to ghost an energy. You don't want to ghost a saint that you ask for something and then you forget about them like they're nobody or that they don't exist. There's always that when you initiate a relationship with a saint or an angel or with the divine, you don't leave them hanging. That's something that is a responsibility spiritually to always maintain that friendship, that bond. And it is wonderful to do because they're your friends forever. They protect you, guide you, help you, pray for you forever. So just like you wouldn't like somebody to say, hey, I need $100 and never see them again a year later until they need another $100 or whatever it is that they're asking for, you would disappear. You would just kind of say, you know what? I'm not even going to entertain that. You don't want that. You don't want to ignore a saint that could really help you in this earthly realm to bring you prosperity, and not bring you, but to help you achieve prosperity, because it's God that brings all these blessings. And if you treat your saints that you work with kindness and respect and love, the same thing, the universe sees that. The universe says, oh, okay, I see that they're consistent, that they're loving, that they're open, they're caring. Absolutely. Let's let the light flow in. Let the light flow in always. So yeah, he's incredible. So for those who want to work with Saint Expedite, April 19th is coming up. The candles are up on the website for you to join. all you have to do is click the link in my bio or go to stellamarisreadings.com and get your candle. Remember, they're 7-day candles. What does that mean? They last for 7 days. And once I ignite the candle, do the prayer, do the petition, send you your video for you to have at home through Instagram or email, however it is that you want the video to go to you. Those 7 days are in pure prayer. So it's every hour, every other hour. I tell people all the time, and this is the truth, I go to bed very, very late in the evening to about 3 a.m., between 3 and 4, and I'm up really early in the morning. And prayer is something that has to be consistent. You want to bring energy, positivity. You want to bring the light to be present. It's lit. But when you have a human and a person sitting there, dear God in heaven, Saint Expedite, hear these prayers. Let them manifest. Let them manifest. With a humble heart, with a pure heart, we come before you asking for your help. We're asking, we're praying, we're lighting candles for in the name of our petitions. Also for your divine blessing, So that's something that goes on for the 7 days. And for those who opt the option to get a candle glass reading, after the 7 days, when this candle completely burns down, it will leave messages, and I'm able to read the messages and actually send you the reading, and I do send you the reading, a voice reading of the candle glass reading, which is beautiful because what it does, it'll give you information on your petition. I've gotten people that say, oh, so what does it say about this and this? It's not like that. It'll give the information to what the candle was lit, the petition. How does your petition look? Is it going to manifest? Is there a time period? It'll give me different things that you need to know. Even something as not focusing on what you're asking for. You may need to do a spiritual bath. You may need to clean your space. You may need to refocus. You may need to do prayers. You may need to do certain things in order for those things to go through. And at times, if the candle suffocates, that means that what you're asking for may be something that you may need to rethink, or it may be something that you don't completely believe fully yourself that you're worthy for. So it may be information to let you know that you got to really think it, breathe it, believe it. Before it manifests. So it'll give me the information that I need to be able to translate to you to help you achieve what you're asking for. Know that you can't ask Saint Expedite for love, children, fertility, or what else? Romance, bring you a husband, none of those things. It's those things you can ask for help from other saints that are in that energy, that are more towards that compassionate kind of energy. Not that he's not compassionate, no, but in that spirit, in that energy. He's more about getting it done. He's about speed. He's about movement. He's about seizing the day. Remember, he's against procrastination. He's about seizing the moment, the day. He's fire energy. He's movement. He's igniting, initiation. He's movement. He's a soldier. He's extraordinary. And that's fire movement. Notice his color is red. What does the color red mean? The color red means speed, fire, movement. Okay, so this is what we're working with the saint is for speed. Let's get it done. And he's very much, let's get the work done. He's not about slow and steady. Like love is something that is nurtured. It's slow, it's steady. Everything having to do with the personal aspect of the emotions, it's slow and steady. It's not like fire and movement and hurry up. No, that's something more on this realm of movement in this world. Remember, we live in a world that it's like yesterday. Look at how our phones work, how information and technology is this moment. And we've gotten used to the fact that everything for us is right now. We don't sit and wait. A lot of us have difficulty being patient because we're so used to technology giving us everything today, like now, in seconds. So this is something that we must learn with spirituality, that everything has a process and has movement. You have to not wait, but you have to move with energy. Energy moves at its pace. And we have to trust it. But when it comes to Saint Expedite, he is, again, the patron saint of urgent causes. He comes into the rescue. And it could be sometimes even at the last minute. So trust, put out your petition, trust in what you're asking for. Feel that you are worthy of it. Know that if it's for the best intention and the best good, it will flow. Now, if you're asking for things that are like ridiculous, or the things that are going to harm you, or things that are in the dark aspect, he's not going to listen to those things. Remember, he's of light, not of darkness. So you have to be very aware of what you're asking for. And another wonderful thing is that we have something special. We're now in the Botanica, we have the St. Expedite Floor Wash. And what is the St. Expedite Floor Wash? I'll tell you what it's for. I think that you might know already what he's for, but I'm going to read what it says here. Infused with the intercessory power of St. Expedite, this sacred floor wash is crafted to shield your space from stagnancy and procrastination, invite financial blessings and swift justice to fill your home light. Instructions, all you have to do is use it into your cleansing products, just a small capful, and the intention, the prayer, St. Expedite, please hear my prayers. Let energy move, let it flow, let money and wealth flow through, let all good things come in. So in that spirit is how we're working with St. Expedite. And that's another thing. So if you have anything having to do with legal situations, legal things that have dates on it, that have a process, and you want movement and speed for your best and highest good, because sometimes things need to simmer. So give St. Expedite patience that some things need simmering. Some things need a special crucial point in order to have power and completely have that ability to fire forward. Okay, so we also have them in this. How many ounces is this? I forget. Maddie, how many ounces is this? I forget.
32.
This is 32 ounces. And this one? Maddie?
12.
And 12. So 32 and 12 ounces. And this is new to the Botanica, so take a look at it and see if this is something that you may be interested in. Again, this is for what? Against procrastination, for movement, for swiftness, for that urgent or those urgent causes. And again, he's excellent for legal. So again, immigration, any kind of mortgages papers that you're waiting for, money papers, tax paper, whatever papers having to do with your wealth, your standing, your prosperity, your future successes, even in college acceptances and things like that, things that you want to know quickly, things that scholarships, all those things. St. Expedite is very helpful for all those things. So working with St. Expedite, I say give it a try, give it an opportunity, create that relation. But again, with everything is consistency, with everything is faith, with everything is belief and a trust, and with good intentions. Let's not forget that. When you're working with saints, it's got to be good intentions. It's got to be with love, with compassion, with a sense of knowledge and understanding, and a grounded sense of energy that what you're doing is for your best and highest good. And that's what you want to give that energy to God and your saints, that you want it for your best and highest good, and accept what comes through. And there may be that sometimes we'll ask for things that completely are not for us. Completely. It's what the heart wants, it's what the ego wants, but it's not always the very best for us. So, we must give that initial for our best and highest good, because you want it to work for the long distance, for the longevity, for the power and in the grace of things, that it's in a good way. All right, so April 19th, his feast day is coming up. Work with St. Expedite. Put your petitions out there. Click the link in my bio to join, or simply go to Stella Maris Readings. There's a lot of information there on how he can help you. Read everything. And that's another thing, please, before you purchase anything, read the summaries. It'll give you all the information that you need to make the wisest decision that best fits you and what you are trying to accomplish. And if you have any questions, feel free to just DM me at Stella Maris Readings on Instagram. Okay? And trust me, I'll answer you right back as soon as possible. I try to always answer everyone, and be patient, because sometimes it'll be a lot that I have to get back to, because in between my lives, in between the work that I do, creating all these wonderful spiritual tools, and I do candles, and of course I do custom work, private work, custom work for customers that come in that need special things to be done. And of course, I do all the work to present to you stories, and of course some posts to keep you always attentive and aware of what's going on and things that may be helpful to you to help you navigate through life. We go through so many ups and downs, and of course we have many aspects in our lives that need attention, whether it's the financial world of our lives, whether it's the emotional world of our lives, our spiritual parts of our lives, you know, our practices or questions that we may have. We're constantly needing to be able to find answers. That's just the human condition, to find our answers that we need to find our answers. All right. So, of course, I'm open to any questions that you may have. And I'm ready. Any questions?
Well, yes, but before we get to questions, you can remind them of the deadline for the free shaker and what the shaker is.
Okay. All right, so for those who joined my candle service, who joined my class, you'll be getting an entry to the free shaker, the Saint Expedite shaker, if you join the candle service, which is with the candle glass reading. So if you get the candle and the candle glass reading, you'll be able to get a free entry into the Saint Expedite shaker, which is valued at $44. And you'll get that for free. So that's something that you may want to consider. And of course, the other option is what? Is there another option?
It's just the free St. Expedite shaker entry. And the deadline for that is Saturday, April 12th at 11:59 p.m. PST, which is Sunday, April 13th at 2:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, so you have till April 12th. Okay. And this candle service is the 19th. And it's an amazing candle service. I love all my saints that I work with, but Saint Expedite is a saint that answers me like, for me, because of my, remember, it answers me like this because of my practice and the relationship that I have with it. And when I teach this class, the class that I taught on Friday is to help you create a relationship like that, which is consistent. It is filled with trust and faith. And it is, again, consistent. Yeah, remember, you have to practice it. You have to continue with it. That is your friend, okay? You got to bring it in as your friend.
And just a reminder that everybody who joined the St. Expedite class will be getting a free entry into the shaker, whether they purchase the candle glass reading or not. And tomorrow's the last day that you could use your personal discounts on the St. Expedite products. So don't forget, we will also be sending out an email personally to the class participants as a reminder.
Okay. And of course, remember the St. Expedite products also have a little bit of a discount. So that may be something that you may be interested in. So you can start learning how to work with them.
And that's only for the participants.
Okay.
And a viewer asked, what is the St. Expedite shaker?
St. Expedite shaker is literally, it's like just this big glass shaker. And in it goes the petitions. And inside of this shaker are ingredients and things that help to move energy, to help bring things into fruition with great speed and with great focus on what it is that you want to manifest. Okay?
A viewer asked, do you have a website?
Yes, I do. It is stellamarisreadings.com, or you can simply get on through Instagram. It's all you have to do is click the link in my bio. Okay.
Gabby on TikTok said, I chose St. Elizabeth Ann Seton for my confirmation.
How beautiful. Amazing. Congratulations. That's a great, powerful, strong name, St. Elizabeth. I hope you got to see my vlog on YouTube when I went to the Shrine of St. Elizabeth in Emmitsburg, Maryland. It's just a visit. You got to go. And if you are somebody who loves St. Elizabeth, go take a look. They actually have a lot of her private personal effects there. They have her bonnets, they have her habit, they have her slippers and her shoes. It's just absolutely beautiful. And to think, in that part of history and time, how tiny and delicate people were. Like her little feet were like little children's feet. It's just beautiful to see the shrine and to see the love that was put into it and the great belief in her miracles and in her power. She was an incredible woman, a mother of 5. And at the time that she became a widow, After that, she gave her life to working for Spirit, working for God, and really helping those who were less fortunate. And of course, she's responsible for creating the movement of creating schools throughout the United States, Catholic schools. So she's an extraordinary woman that, after having 5 children and being a mother and becoming a widow, that she dedicated that portion of her life in the service of the divine. And she's incredible. She is an inspiration. So congratulations to your beautiful name, Elizabeth.
Viewer on TikTok asked, how do we build a relationship with Saint Michael?
With Saint Michael, prayers and calling him in. So what you can do is get a beautiful statue of Saint Michael, a statue at Saint Michael, learning how to pray to Saint Michael. You could start with formal prayers and then do your own prayers. Speak to Saint Michael like you know him, like you want to know him. Create that personal relationship with Saint Michael. Bring him into your home, welcome him into your home, commend your well-being, commend the protection, spiritual, physical, mental, soulful protection, all those layers of you, and commend it to Saint Michael to be your protector and your guardian. Put him in the front entrance of your home and in spaces that you feel you want his energy to be in. Continue, pray every single day. As many times your heart calls out, pray to him, connect with him, speak to him, okay? And you're going to see your space energy change, you feeling strong and feeling very, supported. You're going to feel the changes. So do your prayers, do your spiritual practice of cleaning the space, cleaning his space, giving him his space in your home, where he will be, where you can call him in, where you make that connection with him every day. I know that with my St. Michael, every day that I come in, hello, good morning, St. Michael, when I come down the stairs, and even when I'm coming in through the door, thank you, St. Michael, that I got home safely. Thank you, St. Michael, for being with me. So just consistently having, like he's part of your family, okay? Like he's part of you. And I talk to myself a lot, and I'm also talk to St. Michael. There've been moments where I'm talking, and my kid's like, people are starting to look at you, and I really don't care. I feel safe and I feel strong when I talk to St. Michael, no matter where I go.
A viewer on TikTok asked, my mom just passed. How do I connect with her?
To connect to your mom, what you could do is build in a little space for her, like an ancestor altar. And with that, put her picture in a beautiful frame and put it on that space or on that table. Put flowers, white flowers, some water, and light her a candle. Do a 9-day novena. Do a novena until it feels good to you. Pray the rosary every night to her. And that's something that will help you have peace. It'll bring you peace. And it'll also help you to connect with Mother Mary energy. And you'll also feel a connection to your mother even stronger. And you may have dreams. And you may feel her presence. Even though my mother has passed, I still feel her presence very much with me. And I never feel alone. And there are moments that I'll talk to her. And I feel her presence. I know she's there. Okay? So do your rosary, do your prayers, connect with her every single day, sit with her. Sit like you were, like if she were in your home, and sit in a chair and in front of her altar, speak to her picture. You're going to feel her presence. Something will come of it. Trust me. Okay? And I'm very sorry for your loss, but know that you have her loss here in the physical world, but you are never going to lose her spiritual presence with you. You're always going to have your mother. Your mother lives in here, in your vibration. Your mother lives in your aura of your spirit, and she lives with you always. So speak to her. Know that she will give you the answers and the direction and illumination that you need.
Yes. A viewer on Instagram asked, viewers are saying, it's wonderful to see you. A viewer asked, how can I manifest love and money?
Okay. To manifest love is really about learning to love yourself. Learning to love yourself is the basis, the most important thing, because as you love yourself, you never feel like you need somebody else to complete you. I can't stand that. You complete me. No, you are a wondrous person on your own, and it's somebody to complement you, not to complete you, to complement your energy. And when we understand how good we are and how wonderful we are, and to know the value of what we bring to this world, that we're going to really be able to attract and embrace love that will complement us, not complete us. And in this, it's about really living your happiness and living in the happiness of your light. Doing things in life that elevate you, bring you peace, bring you just almost like fulfillment. And when you feel like that and you say to the universe, I'm ready for love, I am open, dear God, I trust and have faith that love will manifest all around me in my rightful time, in good timing. I ask and pray to you, dear God, that I'm open and give it up to the divine and continue moving in your direction of light, bringing peace, joy, and happiness to the world, and you're going to see that you'll be able to attract the love that you want and deserve. Okay. When it comes to money, work with St. Expedite. St. Expedite can help you bring in money and wealth. But a basis of feeling that you should have is a feeling of worthiness, knowing that abundance flows and that God gives us and allows us to have all the abundance in the universe that we want. There's no limits to it. Again, we're raised with a lot of these thoughts that money doesn't grow on trees. You need to save away. You need to do this. You can't spend this. You can't do that. Or it's hard to make a living. Oh, it's hard to make money. Oh, money's only for the few. Those feelings and that fear that we have about not having money puts us in a state of terror. So we're always afraid. And that puts us in a panic mode. And what that does, it kind of repels money and wealth because we're closing up because we don't feel that that's easy or that we can have that. You have to be welcome. You have to be welcoming. Welcome wealth and prosperity. I am surrounded by prosperity. I welcome prosperity. I draw prosperity, and I am prosperity. Prosperity flows all around me. It rains prosperity. Prosperity rains on me. I am blessed with prosperity and wealth. You got to look at it that way. The perspective, your point of view, your view of things should be in a positive, that you feel the vibration. Visualize yourself swimming in money. Visualize money flowing down on you. For me, I always remember Flashdance was a big movie when I was a teenager. And I always think of Flashdance in the sense that she sits on that chair, and when she puts that, like pulls that string for the water to flow on her, I think of myself pulling it and having all that money flow on me. I see myself rolling in it. I see the wind hitting me with it. Visualization. That helps to draw in that energy and for you to be able to attract that energy. There's sometimes that opportunities of financial prosperity and windfalls come in. They're like, it's a great day. I welcome the prosperity. I am open. I am a magnet to prosperity. It's your point of view. You create that energy. If you're going to be in the state of poverty, I don't have, I need, I don't have. What if I don't have it? Oh my God. If you're in a state of panic, you're creating this static, stagnant vibration that money can't go through the shell because you're in this bubble. It's like Piglet. Well, no, not Piglet. What was the one from Charlie Brown? There's Pigpen. Do you know Pigpen? That vibration when Pigpen is walking around and it's just dust all around it and he's just messy and piggy-like, and that vibration of dust. You don't want to work like that. You don't want to be like that. You want the sun. You want brilliance. You want gold. You want specks, specks of light flowing through you, attracting. You're drawing that. Practice that. And you're going to see things change. But also, you have to be in the state of movement, not to be afraid to attract that. If there are opportunities, go for them. If you have opportunities that, may require you to make a decision, make those decisions. Don't sit there like, I don't know, maybe, what if I fail? What if I don't do this? Fear And negativity blocks every good thing that can come your way. So remember, be open to the blessings and have a positive eye view and perspective to draw in wealth and prosperity. And some practices you could do to bring in prosperity is you could look at my Instagram. There's one which is with cinnamon. Every first of the month, come in, open the front door, do a prayer of prosperity and abundance, ask Saint Expedite, ask God, the Creator, to bring in prosperity into your home. You can actually blow into your front entrance a little bit. It doesn't have to be a whole thing of cinnamon. It could be, it's the intention, it's the initiation, it's the energy, the igniting. A little bit of cinnamon. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, dear God in heaven, anoint this home with wealth and prosperity and abundance. Let it flow through this home. Thank you, Lord, for always sustaining me, for always supporting me, for always bringing me wealth. Through friendships, through family, through friends, through experiences, through money, through opportunities. Because remember, wealth is what? Money comes in different ways. We always think that money has to be a dollar bill. Money comes to you in opportunities to make more money. Money comes to you in ideas and creativity to draw money in. Okay? You look at all the world is filled with all the creativity. You see all the advertising in the world? Do you see all the things that go on TikTok and on Instagram? It's creativity. You attract creativity, but also be part of the vibration. Do the things that you need to do, to learn. And if that's abundance through education, if you got to go to school, you go to school. If you got to take up a new skill, go take up a new skill that will bring you abundance. Remember, positivity and being open, that not thinking that money's just going to fluff into the window and hit you in the face. You're part of the vibration. Work with the vibration of wealth and prosperity. Do the work. And the work is being positive and open and creative and being able to see and have discernment to see where opportunities lie. God is always giving us gifts. We just don't always see it. And it's important to put on those glasses to see better all the opportunities and creativity and beautiful things that God is constantly sending us.
A viewer on Instagram asked, what can I do when there's a lot of stress and pressure at work? My energy feels down.
Okay. So when it comes to that, take a spiritual bath, do prayers and meditation, to relieve you a lot of that stress and tension that you're holding within your energy field. If you're holding it in your heart, in your head, you can't sleep. You can't eat. You can't breathe. You're holding your breath because of all this energy and all this stress that you're feeling. What does that do? That throws you off. You're not able to think. You're not able to breathe. You're not able to do a lot of things that help you. Take a deep breath in. When you take a deep breath in, you're allowing oxygen to come in. You're allowing to clean you inside out, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, that you breathe out all that toxic energy, that you pray and bring in positivity, bring in the Lord, bring in God to cleanse your chakra, your crown chakra, bring in your angels to help you and elevate you to be strong and to be focused and not allow any of those things that are bothering your work to continue, and cutting off that vibration, not allowing that vibration into your aura. And if it becomes too much, you'll have the clarity to say, you know what? I don't need this. I need to get another job. If I see that I'm not being respected, if I see that they're not acknowledging my skill sets, they're not giving me the validation and the credit that I deserve, that I've been working for, that I'm worthy for, it'll give you the inclination to say, you know what? I got to go someplace else. These people aren't going to get me. I'm here. It is time to go into my next phase. Sometimes these things happen in work to let you know that you've outgrown that space, that you've outgrown the people that you work with, that you have outgrown the skills that are there, and that you've acquired experience and ability to do more and to acquire more, to expand more, achieve more, and be happy.
The viewer asked, what does Saint Expedite look like?
Saint Expedite? Saint Expedite. Do you see him? He's got the crow underneath his foot. He's got a cross with the sign that says Hodi, which means today. Okay. He was a Roman centurion, a warrior. Okay. There he is. Saint Expedite. His color is red. Okay.
If you were asked, I heard Saint Ignacio was good for the bad spirits. Is that true?
San Ignacio Loyola, St. Ignatius Loyola is for education. You notice a lot of Catholic schools are called St. Ignatius Loyola. I know there's a high school in the city called St. Ignatius Loyola, Loyola High School. It's named after St. Ignatius because he was a theologian. He was very bright, very brilliant, a great writer, communicator, and also I think that he was a warrior and he hurt himself and he couldn't do war anymore. So he stepped in and went into the creative arts of education and learning. Very brilliant man. Okay, so he's a saint for those warriors and as well as for education, St. Ignatius Loyola. Okay, for the bad spirits and getting rid of all the dark energy and evil and pure devil energy, it's St. Benedict, St. Benedito. And St. Benedict is what? The patron saint of Europe. And he is an exorcist and a theologian and the twin brother of Saint Scholastica, which is another brilliant female saint. Amazing saint. She's also a doctor of the church. And what is that, a doctor? What is that title? That they're super smart. They were super brilliant. So they become doctors of the church in education, in writing, and communication, in the skill sets of teaching and all those things. All right?
A viewer asked, how can we have a flow of health and healing?
A flow of health and healing? Prayer. Prayer, ask for healing. Work with Archangel Raphael. He is your angel of healing. Actually, his name, Raphael, if you look it up, means medicine of God. Okay, God created Saint Archangel Raphael. He's also a Saint Raphael. There's 3 saints that are saints and angels. They've been canonized as saints, but they're also angels. And they could be found in scriptures and can be found in the Bible. Who are they? St. Michael the Archangel, who is St. Michael. You have Archangel Gabriel, who is St. Gabriel. And you have Archangel Raphael, who's St. Raphael. Look at that. They're angels and they've been canonized as saints. They've been given that title of saints because they're very well known as communicating and working with humankind.
A viewer on YouTube asked, which angel is the best to work with for health and healing?
Archangel Raphael, his color is green. So put a green candle and ask for health and healing. Okay?
A viewer on Instagram asked, will Moldavite take away good things in your life? I just got one.
Moldavite?
I've heard a lot of different
There's got a lot of things going on with it. It's almost like it's got many different purposes. It's got healing. It also has for strengthening, and it also has for protection. And it's got different. I guess it would be with the intention of how you want to use Moldavite. Okay?
Yeah. A viewer asked, Grace, what saint do I pray to for people who are envious?
Okay, so envy is what? Envy is of a dark nature. Envy is evil. It can be the base of darkness there. So who are you going to pray to? St. Michael the Archangel against evil eye and evil negative energies. You could also work with St. Benedict against evil and evil eye. So all the saints that have to do with darkness. You know who else? You could also work with St. Elias. St. Elias can help you with that against evil and darkness of that nature, but I think he's more like for justice. But you can work with Saint Envy. I was going to say Saint Elias.
A viewer on YouTube asked, I have several of your incense from your Botanica. Which one is the best to burn in the morning when waking up still exhausted?
So we'll do the St. Michael incense is nice. And even, you know what, Archangel Raphael is good because remember, he's the angel of healing. So with that, work with St. Raphael, Archangel Raphael. Bring him in for healing, to lift your vibration, to release you from any kind of heavy energy that you may be feeling, that fatigue. Sometimes that fatigue is, you may be an empath and you may be picking up a lot of stuff from different places and different people, and that may be weighing you down. So what you could do for that is do a spiritual bath. There are many different spiritual baths at StellaMarisReadings.com or the Botanica. Take a look at something for purification and healing to help you, and work with Archangel Raphael. Also, the Archangel Raphael spiritual spray is excellent to remove that heaviness, especially when you feel that fatigue and rest doesn't help. That may be that you need a spiritual bath to remove that excess spiritual heaviness that you might have picked up from somebody or someplace that you visited or interacted with. Okay? So after you do that, do something like a prayer. Do a purification, like a prayer for purification, to release a lot of heaviness. Spiritual heaviness is what I mean.
Viewer asks, do you have Palo Santo spray?
No, I don't have Palo Santo spray.
A viewer asks, how can we protect our home?
Protecting your home, you have to clean your home. So how do you do that? You cleanse it. You could fumigate it with resins like frankincense, benzoin, myrrh, copal. Those are things that you can use. You could also use Palo Santo to burn. You can burn sage. Remember, sage is what? It's a sacred plant. The indigenous people of the Americas use sage, which is a powerful, sacred healing plant. They also used it to cure and remove illnesses, but also to call in the divine and clean spaces. Beautiful, powerful, amazing, healing plant. So sage. Palo Santo means holy wood. It comes from South America. You could find it in Peru and Ecuador. Those trees are from the same tree family as frankincense that is found in the Middle East and in Egypt and those parts of Africa as well, which is, it used to be the currency. Ancient currency was frankincense. That was the most powerful and financially, that was the currency. That was the economics of that time, because the ancient people were very, very into their spirituality and connecting with the divine. And they knew that frankincense was very cleansing, but it also could draw in spirits to connect. So the ancient Greeks, the ancient Egyptians, and all of the Middle East used that. And even in Africa, because Africa, in Ethiopia, Ethiopia is very, very spiritual and very Christian. And their Bible, actually, the Ethiopian Bible, is one of your first Bibles there. And very much a holy culture of really connecting with spirituality. So that is something that you can use. And even churches today, Catholic churches, use that frankincense to clean the congregation, and they clean the space. You know, I know that when you go to church, you've ever seen the priest that goes over the congregation fumigating with frankincense when they come in and when they leave? What's the purpose? Do you think it's just to make the place smell nice? It's to clean the congregation that comes in for church on Sunday and Saturday, whenever they come in, to clean them, to remove all the negative things that they're bringing into church. Okay, because they're in the world. Behavior, how they behave, may bring in dark entities and energies. Where they visit or how they cross with different people may bring them, and they may bring all that stuff energetically, that vibration, into the church. So what do? They clean you at the week, and they bless you. They do prayers to help you feel lighter and feel better when you leave church. So those are the things that you can do to clean your home and to ground it. Bring in St. Michael to be your protector, to commend the well-being, the protection of your home. Do floor washes. St. Michael protection floor wash is one way that you can do that. So resin, floor washes, spiritual sprays, burning certain resins and products as well to keep your space clean. Cleaning your front entrance, cleaning your back entrance, okay? Sealing them with oil, holy oil. That's things that you can do. But the most important thing that you can do to keep evil away is do prayers. Pray every single day. Talk to God. Bring in the angels to protect your home like a fortress. Remember, you could also say Psalm 91. Say it out loud. Learn how to say it. Put it in a poster. Put it on the front door. That when you say it, when you're facing, before you leave that house, look at that prayer and say, God is my refuge. God is my fortress. And you should say that when you're outside and you're feeling overwhelmed in the bombardment of energy. Do you know how many negative people are out there? The negativity that lives out there? You know, you could feel it. It's palpable. What do? God is my refuge. God is my fortress. Thank you, God, for this life. Surround me in your loving light. Protect me from evil. Protect me from all dark sources. Help me to feel and follow your light. Deliver me from the darkness of the world. Help me to feel your strength and your courage flow through me. Keep me safe. Keep my family safe. Keep my pets safe. Keep my car safe. Keep my home safe. Everything, okay? Commend everything of yours to the divine. Acknowledge it. It works with you, but you got to acknowledge it. If you don't talk to it, don't speak to it. What kind of help do you expect? Okay, so be an active participant every single day to protect your home, to protect your layers of spirituality, the layers of your children's spirituality. Teach them how to say prayers. Teach them about angels. Teach them to be strong, not to be afraid. Teach them to connect with God and to know that God walks with them, that supports them. That way they can speak to God. They can pray to God. They can bring God into their space in their everyday. And as they connect and create consistently, feed that relationship, they grow strong, they grow focused and clear, they grow with a sense of self and understanding that they are worthy and that God has created them and that God watches them and blesses them and moves with them, and that there isn't anything that they can't accomplish. And when you have the people that come in with all their darkness, they're more or less inclined to listen to that because they have value of themselves and they have value of the divine and knowing what is good and what is not good. Teach prayer. Prayer is very easy. It's not complicated. Put your kids together, hold them. We do this where we do family hug. And that's something I did with my older children and I do with my younger children and my husband and even the dog. Okay, you may laugh. We even bring the dog because as the dog sees us all hugging, he barks to want to be included. And we pick him up and we say our prayers. Dear God, thank you for this day. Thank you for all the blessings. Lord, help us in these difficult times. Help us to always be safe. Thank you. We love you and we love each other. Please protect us and keep us close and continue to always watch over us, Lord, and help us to hear you. That's what we do here.
If you were asked, when do you put out the pound cake for St. Expedite? Is it before or after praying to him?
The pound cake comes after you manifest. After your manifestation manifests, okay? Then you say thank you with the pound cake, okay? Thank you with the pound cake. Right now, I have pound cake and I have cinnamon buns. And I'll tell you why I had cinnamon buns. For the class on Friday, I said, oh, St. Expedite, dear God in heaven, thank you for the opportunity, first to say to God, thank you for the opportunity to be able to do this class. I hope, please help me to give the right information and to make sure that everything that is important comes out. I trust you because I don't practice and I don't overdo everything. I just let it flow how it's meant to come out. And I trust, dear God, thank you. And then to St. Expedite, I would like to have at least, not at least, you know, I would like some people to say yes. You know, I'm hoping for, I would like 50 people. Okay. I said that on Wednesday. By Friday, I had like 70 people. He answers. He answers within the same week. I'm telling you, the soonest I've gotten an answer from St. Expedite is 8 hours. 8 amazing hours that I was like, my whole family is like, okay? And like I say, he always answers. Why do I make the effort of working with St. Expedite? Because St. Expedite doesn't say no. But in all the things that I do for my best and highest good and for the best of highest good of others, that should be the phrase, for the best and highest good. Give up the things that you want. Ask for them, but give it to the divine to fix it for you the way it's meant for you for your best and highest good. Because you don't want what you want that's going to cause you harm. Because sometimes we don't know these things. We're human beings. We don't see the far, far future of, the consequences of the things that we ask for and we create and manifest. But I want to cover myself to say, dear God, I want this and this, but for my best and highest good. Because if it's not for my best and highest good, I don't want it. But if it's for my best and highest good, Lord, let it manifest to success. Okay? All right. So wonderful questions. Thank you so much. I'm so thankful that I was here this evening to connect with you and say hello and see how you guys are doing. And of course, it's Monday. We're at the beginning of the week, and the weeks go so quickly, and the days go so quickly. So remember that April 19th is around the corner, and his feast is fastly approaching. And I always connect and do this candle service for St. Expedite for his day, just because he's always been so supportive in hearing my prayers and sending my prayers to God and rooting for me, and as well as for all the people that I've worked with and for in their petitions. And when we do candle services, there's always successes. So thank you, St. Expedite. And of course, we're going to celebrate him. I'm going to celebrate him. And I hope that you join me too. So to join the candle service, all you have to do is click the link in my bio, go to StellaMarisReadings.com. Really think about your petition. It's 3 short sentences, 3 sentences of what you want to manifest, to the point, and with good intentions and with your heart, because that's what has magic. Your petitions that have your heart and your love in it are the ones that have more fire, more energy, more power to manifest. And with the help of St. Expedite and God's blessing, absolutely good things come about. All right. So again, don't forget April 19th. And for those who want to get that, what is it? They have till April 19th. Excuse me, April 12th for the shaker. Okay, the St. Expedite shaker. All righty. And remember, you could find him on the website, and the space will be there for you to write your petition in. And I will write the petition here at home, because it has to be done manually by hand, even though we type it in manually, because remember, your hand is like a wand. It has energy, your vibration, and the vibration of peace and love and support of prayers is powerful. Okay. All right. You leave things out until they're completely like a brick. All the moisture has gone out. And then you take I actually have a video, so you could look back. I think it was during the summer. I did a video on how to dispose of some offerings, and the St. Expedite offering, which is take a serrated knife, cut them into small cubes, and then you give it out to nature. Give it out to nature. The birds will eat it. Don't ever throw things out. Don't ever touch or eat those things also, because they're out. And of course, there's microbes, there's things in the air, and then, things turn bad. So you never touch, you never eat them, but you do cut them in small pieces and just give it out to nature. All right. So thank you for joining me this evening. Here, we're going to, before I leave, I always like to throw out a couple of oracle cards. And so tonight I'm going to do Saints and Mystics. This is beautiful deck of cards, oracle cards. Well, reading cards, really. It's not an oracle card, it's reading. But what I like to do is throw out the deck and see what saints come up and what messages they may have for us. Okay, so let's do that. These are your masters and these are your saints. So we're going to work with the saints. All right, so before I start, I always do an exercise called grounding and visualization. And you say, well, Grace, what's grounding and visualization? It's an exercise that Grace needs to do in order to connect with energy and to be able to hear better and to understand better whatever messages come true, okay? And of course, I'll ask you to do that grounding and exercise alongside with me, because that'll help you connect with spirit and release a lot of stress, tension, negativity, worries, all that ugly stuff. And of course, you open your chakras, you cleanse, you allow light to flow in, your angels come in, your saints come in, your ancestors come in, and of course, the presence of God all around us to protect us and guide us when we pray and ask it to be when we participate and connect with energy. Okay, so you guys ready? Are you ready? Because I'm ready. Okay, so let's begin. Hold on. Let's begin. All right, so let's begin. I'll ask you at home to get comfortable. You may be in your chair, in your jammies, in your bed. Don't worry about anything. Close the door to the outside world. Don't think of anything. Just relax. Don't worry. Be in your peace. Let go. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. Relax your body. Relax your shoulders. No worries. Picture yourself in a beautiful garden surrounded by colorful, fragrant flowers. As you take a deep breath in and exhale. Feel the warm sun on your skin and on your forehead. Feel the warmth as you take a deep breath in and exhale. Feel the cool breeze flowing through your hair and through your fingers as you take a deep breath in and exhale. You could smell the beautiful flowers, the green leaves as the air flows through the trees, the smell of the grass and the warm earth as you take a deep breath in and exhale. You can feel the warm vibration of the earth flowing through your bare feet as you stand in this beautiful garden. As you breathe in and exhale, you could hear the sounds of the birds chirping and the birds flying above you. The sounds of the bees as they fly all about you as you breathe in and exhale. You can feel and hear the sounds of the fluttering sounds of the butterfly wings as you take a deep breath in and exhale. You feel a sense of peace and calm. There are no worries at this moment. You can feel yourself connecting with nature, and you could feel the divine flowing in your space. You can feel that warm vibration flowing through your body, through your bare feet, and up through your body, cleansing and clearing. And the more relaxed you feel as you feel this warm energy flowing up to the root of your chakra, moving up through your sacral, releasing and removing all stress and disappointments and negativity. You feel this beautiful vibration moving up through your sacral, your solar plexus, and your heart chakra, removing all anxiety, disappointments, worries, anger, resentment. As you breathe in and exhale, you can feel this beautiful, cleansing, warm, loving energy moving up through your throat chakra, releasing all those words of anger and rage, releasing all those words that you want to let go of. As you breathe in and exhale, feel this beautiful light moving up to your third eye, cleansing and clearing all the fog, all the mist and confusion and haziness. And you could see clearly as you take a deep breath in and exhale. You could see far as you could see this beautiful light at the end. And you could see the waters and the colors of the sun and the clouds and the skies. They're brilliant as you take a deep breath in and exhale. You could feel this beautiful, brilliant light moving out through your crown chakra, releasing and letting go of all the worries and the stressors and anxieties, leaving you clean, clear, strong, and purified. You feel good. You feel happy. You feel strong. You feel powerful and clear as the eye can see. As you take a deep breath in and exhale. Dear God in heaven, thank you for this day and every day. Please protect us and guide us and deliver us. Keep us close, Lord. Illuminate us and help us see clearly. Saint Michael the Archangel, Archangel Gabriel, Uriel, and Raphael be present with us. Protect us and guide us. Deliver us from all negativity and keep us close to the light of the Lord. Bring us good news. Amen. What saints and angels are present with us today? And what messages do they bring us? What do we need to know? Okay. How did this exercise make you feel? Type it in the chat. Relaxed. You felt the sun. How beautiful. Excellent, Jenny. Amen. Good evening. How did this exercise make you feel? Did you feel any changes, any differences? Excellent. Beautiful. All right, let's begin. Feeling sleepy. All right. Wonderful. So that's a great way to bring in light and connect with spirit. This is a great antithesis before you do meditations and before you pray. It'll help you to connect with more ease and with more speed. Beautiful. Wonderful saints. So who's here? St. Francis? Oh, no, not St. Yes, St. Francis. St. Francis is present. Okay. Guess who's here? St. Expedite. St. Expedite. Look who's here. St. Expedite. Who else is here? Wow. St. Barbara. I could feel St. Barbara. See St. Barbara? She's right here on my side, St. Barbara. All right, so let's see what messages St. Francis has for us. And who's St. Francis? St. Francis is the patron saint of what? Animals and the ecology, nature. And St. Francis is also a healer, so he brings in healing energy. Healing energy for you and to connect with nature and to connect with your loving pets and connect with yourself and connect with God, bringing in healing. Do you know that animals help healing? Dogs and cats and all the little pets that you have help you to bring in light vibration to heal you. All right, so let's see what messages they bring. So we're going to do the tarot card to get the messages. So St. Francis, what is your message for us today? For all of us, as a collective, as a people, as the children of God. What did I do here? Messages. All right, let's see what's the message. Good things, happy things. St. Francis, what is your healing message? What do we need to focus and need to know? Very, very nice. All right. St. Francis' message, let's not be critical. Let's not pick and point fingers. It's important to release ourselves from being judgmental. It's important to connect to our higher self and spirituality so we could feel more grounded and stronger. And the Ace of Wands, which means to bring in new energy into your life, to bring in prosperity, to bring in success and victory when it comes to your wealth, when it comes to your health and well-being. So St. Francis said, let's release the judgment, focus more on you and in your life and the things that you need to elevate and change, clean, get rid of, and acquire in attracting and bringing into your life. And it says, connect with your subconscious, which is meditation and prayer. Meditation and prayer to help you in healing. Let go of the negativity of judgment of others and self. Let go of that negativity. Connect and meditate so you could feel more grounded and strong so you can achieve your highest and best successes and bring in new beginnings. Work with the energy of spring to bring in wonderful things into your life, which is healing, abundance, and happiness, and feeling grounded. Beautiful message from St. Francis, okay? This is St. Francis's message. All right. Does that make sense? Do you guys get that? All right, let's begin. All right, so what is St. Expedite's? This is St. Expedite. What message does St. Expedite have for all of us? As a collective, as a collective. What is the message? Say next, but what do you want us to know? Okay, wonderful. 3. Okay. Very, very interesting. Oh my goodness. Okay, the Hermit, the Fool. Okay, so Saint Expedite's message is abundance and balance. Okay, because I got here. Look, this is about the Hermit, which is to look within. What changes do you need to make? What things are important to you? It's about going in within yourself introspectively to decide what it is that you need. What is your dream? What is your hope? What are you trying to achieve that is balanced, well balanced? And what does that mean? In the balance of your spirituality, in the balance of your wealth, and in the balance of the world. How does that all flow together? Go within, find those answers before you make your petition so you can find a direction to go in, which is the Fool, which is to embrace and have a leap of faith into the future so you can acquire great wealth and prosperity and success. So what does it want you to do? Really go in and ask yourself, what do I truly want? What do I truly need? What do I want to ask the universe? Go within in these couple of days as April 19th, before it approaches and before you make your petition, go within and really discover what's important. What is it in your life that you need to elevate financially, spiritually, morally, that they all flow together so you can acquire the achievement and success that you're looking for, and that you're not afraid to take the steps and take that leap of faith in Saint Expedite and in God Almighty to flow and follow your path to wealth, prosperity, and success. Discover, explore, understand, and know exactly what you want and you need, but in a balance, that it balances spiritually, morally, and physically into this world so you could have abundance and success. All right, that's the message. Thank you, Saint Expedite. So really think about what you want before you ask for what you want. Get to know exactly what it is that you want. That way you are precise and you're not suffocating it. You're not over stressing and obsessing, and you let go. Trust what you want. Know that it comes with great thought and feeling. All right, thank you, Saint Expedite, for that message. All right, let's see what's coming next. Saint Barbara. Saint Barbara. This is Saint Barbara. This energy is present with us. Saint Barbara. What does Saint Barbara want to say to us? What is the message from Saint Barbara? And she's about empowerment. What do we need to know, Saint Barbara? Empowerment. What is your message to us? What is your message? Very nice. Oh boy. Okay. 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 Beautiful message. Saint Barbara. She's about empowerment. All right. This is what we're getting with Saint Barbara. We have the Ten of Wands, meaning you can handle it. Okay. And then we have the Ace of Swords, which means let go what no longer is in alignment with you. Let go of the past. Don't carry your burdens from the past into the spring and into the summer. Let go. Clean house. Spiritually clean house. Clean your heart. Clean your energy. Remove things that are like, ugh. You don't need that. Let go. Let go. Cut off the things that are torment, that are oppressive, that are negative, that block you from really seeing your power and light. That is what she is saying. You know that she actually has a sword. And that's, you see, like I have her here. She has a sword. And what is that sword? To cut off what is no longer in alignment with you. See, I have her, I'll show her here. She has a sword. To cut off what is no longer in alignment with you. You're going into this, we're in spring, you're going into this new phase of this year. And this year is a powerful year. It's a number 9 year, which means fulfillment. Fulfillment. This is the year to fulfill. Okay? The universe is aligning all the stars for you to succeed. There's no reason why you can't succeed this year. If you focus in your prayers and your meditation and your vision of what you want to create, everything is in alignment for your success. If you don't succeed, that's your choice. And if you succeed, it's because it was your choice. Okay? So she's telling you, you could carry all these burdens. You could carry anything that you need to get done to be in alignment and cut that off so you can celebrate and you can have a strong foundation. Okay? So St. Barbara gives you that energy of empowerment. Empower yourself to carry the things that you need to carry into success. So yeah, there may be some things that you may do, lots of things that you may have to work at. But when you know that you're focused and you cut off what no longer is in alignment, you'll be able to achieve great successes. Here is celebrations, a great foundation, a new tower to build, a new, look at, and she is what? She's got a tower and a sword. Literally, you can build a new empire. You can build a new building, a new life, a new endeavor, a new beginning. All she wants you to do is cut off what's in a burden. Nothing that torments you or blocks your vision. Remove those things. Okay? Powerful. She literally came in with empowerment. This is her. You're empowered. St. Francis, do the healing that you need to do. Okay? And St. Expedite is what? Think exactly what it is that you want. Envision what you truly want to manifest. St. Expedite is with you. The vibration of St. Expedite is in this space. St. Expedite is in your space. Are you going to work with him? Are you going to ask for his help? Are you going to ask for his intercession? Or are you going to stay quiet? This is a powerful saint. Can work for you. Remember, ignite the relationship, maintain the relationship, because how he helps you to give this opportunity and pray for you and achieve successes for you, you got to acknowledge him. He is one of the saints that love and like to be acknowledged, because as you acknowledge him, you're acknowledging the divine and the power through his prayer, how he connects with spirit to help you achieve your successes. So it's up to you. I present you an amazing, powerful saint, and I work with St. Expedite on everything for success. All right, everyone. Great reading. I hope you enjoyed your reading and it's resonated with all of you. Remember, I do these collectives at the end of lives, personal things or something. If you want a personal reading, you could click the link in my bio and go to stellamarisreadings.com and make your appointment with great respect and honor to what we do. I don't do things publicly to give you readings on a person-to-person basis. You deserve privacy, and of course, we're working with energy. We do our prayers and we do our grounding exercise before we do any readings together. And there are many readings that you can choose. So check at stellamarisreadings.com or simply go to my website and take a look to see the menu of all the different readings that I do. And thank you. And I'll see you soon, okay? All right. Have a good night. And remember the candle service, it approaches really quickly, so you want to make sure, and I'm doing this a little earlier than usual because these sell out, especially with St. Expedite, sells out like this quickly. So the opportunity for you to get your candle, it starts now. And of course, the new floor wash to remove stagnancy and bring movement into all your endeavors through prayers and meditations and calling in St. Expedite to help you achieve great success. All right? Have a good night, and I'll see you soon. You stay blessed too. Bye, guys. Oh, I like that chain.